This week we're working for our good friends at the J.A. Ranch right there by Clarendon, Texas, home to Charles Goodnight, the man who invented the chuck wagon. Hey, we're gonna go in his honor and fix a wagon wheel steak, make it oh so tender with some gravy, but the best dessert you ever seen too, bread pudding with a whiskey cream sauce. It's hot and it's windy and them boys is weaning calves this time of year, so I'm gonna get the fire started. My name is Cowboy Kent Rollins. I've spent my whole life feeding hungry cowboys from my chuck wagon. Along with my wife, Shannon, we make sure we keep the recipes simple and the food filling because you can't get full on fancy. This is Cast Iron Cowboy. Hey, this may look a little different, but we got something very special for y'all. We're sharing an episode from our series on the Outdoor Channel, The Cast Iron Cowboy. Later on in this episode, I'm going to show you how you can get My Outdoor TV for just 99 cents a month for 3 months. But let's head on out to the Texas Panhandle. Nestled in the rugged beauty of the Paladera Canyon in West Texas, the J.A. Ranch stands as a testament to the pioneering spirit of the American West. Founded in 1876 by Charles Goodnight and John and Cornelia Adair, the J.A. Ranch is the oldest privately owned cattle ranch in the Texas Panhandle. The ranch has played a crucial role in the development of cattle ranching, including the invention of something close to this cowboy's heart and my stomach. The chuck wagon. You know, I think the reason that I got in this, because my mother had taught me to cook when I was 7, 8 years old. I love to be in the kitchen and help her, but I got to thinking after I was guiding elk hunters that, you know, there's a lot of ranches out there that need a good wagon cook, because a crew's gonna work better when they have a good cook. So I thought, you know, I'm gonna buy a wagon, I'm gonna see what happens, and you know, good Lord, he has blessed me because a lot of good things have happened. Well, thank y'all so much for joining us. I'm out here in that Texas Panhandle, and I'm telling you, you better put a rock in your pocket today. You don't want to get blown away, because we got one of them what you call gentle tropical breezes here in the Texas Panhandle, which is anywhere from 25 to 40 miles an hour. So if you see something flying off the table, hey, don't worry about it, because I ain't either. But what are we talking about? Hey, wagon wheel steak. Now, an old cook told me a long time ago, when you're doing a wagon wheel steak, probably what you're doing is running them wheels over back and forth just to make it tender. No, we're not going that far, we're not. If you thought we was just gonna throw some meat on the fire and get it over with, you're badly mistaken, you are, because we gotta have a great dessert. Something that has been a cowboy favorite for over 35 years when I've been cooking on ranches, bread pudding with a whiskey cream sauce, as my good friend Chris Morton calls it. It's a goes-over sauce, because that stuff goes over everything you got and smoother than Frank Sinatra ever sang about. So I think we'll get started in here. What we're talking about is these sirloins, and they're probably weighing, I'd say, between 5 and 6 ounces apiece. But dry ingredients is what we really got going on here. Flour, coarse ground black pepper. We got some original seasoning in here because we gotta season that meat as we're going along. Smoked paprika. We're gonna sear this meat in a little bit of hot oil, and then we're gonna bake it in a Dutch oven until we get all that broth and then all them onions. It's gonna be singing that song, and I mean, it's gonna be dynamite, I'm telling you about. So let's mix this up, and I'll meet y'all over at Bertha. And what's so unique about this series is we get to travel to ranches across the United States, not just the Texas Panhandle, to show the families and the heritage and the history that they have. This isn't just about food. So here's how it works. On your computer or your little mobile device, head on over to myoutdoortv.com. Enter the code CASTIRON3, and this will get you 3 months of My Outdoor TV for just 99 cents a month. You know, you can't even buy coffee that cheap. But let's get on back to the show.
There we go. Folks, tonight for supper, we've got a wagon wheel steak. It's a good sirloin cut, but we're gonna make it even more tender, simmer it in mushroom gravy. Then of course, we're in Texas, so we gotta do jalapeno poppers, but we're gonna deep fry them and make them an armadillo egg. And then finish up with a good bread pudding and a whiskey cream sauce. Mage, you hungry, buddy? Hope you guys brought your appetite. Come on.
We'll cook something that is very special to me and Shan, and that is wagon wheel steak. It's a piece of sirloin, which you think might be pretty tough, but time we smother that thing with good mushroom gravy and we cook it slow in that Dutch oven, it's gonna be fork tender. We're gonna sear these little rascals right quick. Just dredge them in that flour mixture that we put together. It's just a light coating is all that we're after. And I really expect to hear that sizzle sound. And there it is, one of my favorite things to hear. So we're gonna dredge all these in here, get them seared up a little, and we'll get them in that Dutch oven, get them to bacon. Tender morsels of beef they will become. When you're cooking with cast iron, really it's the best thing in the world to cook with, because in well-seasoned cast iron, you're getting that flavor that cast iron is bringing out too, but it's maintaining heat, it's holding heat. Folks been eating out of these things for over 125 years, so I think if it was good enough for them old timers back then, it is sure good enough for us to go now. And it will outlast every generation we got if we take care of it proper. You know, it really don't take long to sear these. I'd say maybe 2 to 3 minutes aside at the most, because we're just wanting to get some color, and some color on both sides it is. But when you sear it, you lock in the flavor, you help lock in that moisture too. But then we're gonna finish these up in a Dutch oven and bake them for about probably close to an hour. With all that good mushroom-based sauce in there and that gravy. I mean, you get you a biscuit and go to town with that, it is fine dining. You know, for 17, 18 years, I cooked on these ranches by myself. To have Shannon come along in the last 14 years, it's been a blessing. Well, meat as seared up nicely it is. We got it in that Dutch oven. Say, Shannon, would you bring me that beef broth over there, sugar, and we'll get this all mixed up in a bowl with that mushroom soup and them onions, and then I'll get out of your way and you can start with your bread pudding. I'm gonna put me in about 3 cans of mushroom soup because we're feeding about 15, 16 head tonight. Then I'm gonna add some beef broth, some milk. I'm gonna go ahead and put some onions, try to get them down there in the bottom so we get some of that flavor that's everywhere. So just get some of them slipped down under there, and then we'll just scatter them out amongst it. Them onions are gonna cook down, get really tender. Let me get her up here, Shannon, on more level ground.
You want me to just pour kind of
give us a
over?
gently pour, because I'm gonna try to get some under that bottom so it gets under there. So just give me a little old pour really slow through there. You're talking about one of my favorite meals right here. Oh my goodness.
I mean, it already smells good, and we haven't even started cooking
We
yet.
haven't even started cooking it yet.
Think that's enough? That's probably a good amount,
That's pretty
right?
close to start with. But folks, I'm gonna go back and re-season the top of this before I ever seal it up. You've gotta have it because you've got a lot of flavors in there. The biggest mistake that people make when they're cooking something like this is they don't season it enough to start with, and then everybody's having to season it as they're eating. That way you're just saving time. And it's sort of like getting down here to the bottom of the covers in the wintertime. You wanna make sure that you get everybody down in there. I'm finna give this kitchen to you.
Good, I got
I'm
it.
gonna give this one more little dab of seasoning here right on top.
Okay, then I'm gonna put together some bread pudding.
Hey, I like it. It's getting close to supper time. Tonight, Shannon and I are making some wagon wheel steaks with mushroom gravy, armadillo eggs, and some delicious bread pudding with a whiskey cream sauce. You got it right. It's time to get the steaks on the fire. Well, Shan, I'm about got this to where you can have the kitchen, sugar.
Okay.
Well, we got the lid on that Dutch oven. All them wagon wheel steaks is about ready to go. They are, and won't be long be time to cook that bread pudding. But hey, who's riding in the camp? It's the foreman, old Randall Gates. Hey, it's been a long time since I got to see him, and I know what he's come over here for. He's gonna show me that old wagon they got up at the JA's that they pulled out so many years ago.
Hello, kid.
What's going on, brother? Shan, can you cook that for me?
You're gonna leave me to do the work?
Yeah,
Okay.
won't take you but about an hour. Me and Randall will be back by morning anyway. Oh my gosh, I like to miss that one, I mean.
I'll try to bring him back in one piece.
You know, the biggest mistake when people start cooking in a Dutch oven is they put way too many coals under there to begin with. Just put coals around the outside edge only, and you can always add to it or rake it away to make your heat more or less. But make sure you cover that top because we want a pretty even cook, top and bottom. You know, as me and Randall are riding back over to look at that wagon, I think of all the hours that I spent in a camp by myself. Never did go out there with them cowboys when I was a cook. So really, this is a pretty good treat for me to get to ride across here and visit with a dear old friend about the history of this JA Ranch. You know, what Goodnight did to bring it all about. So, hey, this is a great thing. You know, when we're talking about going to the JA Ranch, we're talking about going back in time and history to me. When Goodnight was sent up there in the 1870s to get this ranch started and to make it work, and he's seen how rough this country was, he needed a wagon that would survive this country. Well, there it is, my friend.
Yes, sir.
History in the making. Charles Goodnight invented the chuck wagon in 1866 to feed hungry cowboys during the long, open-range cattle drives. This is quite the wagon. It's heavy duty.
It had to be heavy duty for down here for sure.
I bet it did. This old wagon it's been there. It's done it. Goodnight added a chuck box to the back, which stored cast iron, pots, skillets, and food supplies. He also included a fold-out table for food preparation and a water barrel mounted on the side of the wagon. You know, this was Randall, the original Meals on Wheels ever built, you know, and Charles Goodnight, he knew when he was going up them trails taking cattle north that he needed something like this, and that was an old hospital wagon that he had, right?
Yes, sir.
I just wished I could know the stories that this old wagon could talk about. And as me and Randall let that chuck box lid down, and you can see the different compartments and the drawers and the storage that they had, an old shaving kit, a gourd water dipper. You know, this old wagon had everything they needed. As we go around that back wheel, I tell old Randall, I say, you can tell them old fly stakes that they've hammered them in the ground many a time. They have. Look at how flat they are on top. Ain't no biscuits, but I can tell just by looking at the wear on it, it's been used for a long, long time. There's a little dust in there, which you could see how polished that old pot was from all the years of use. You take you some hot water, clean that thing out, dry it out over a fire, re-season it a little, that thing will cook you a meal every day. But it is a very stout old wagon, and I'm amazed that it's in that kind of shape. I wouldn't be afraid to hook onto it and go.
No, sir.
We just better have some horsepower.
That's a fact.
My friend, thank you so much,
Yes,
brother.
sir.
I better get back over. Shannon will be wondering what happened. Go to cooking supper. I don't want to leave Shannon over too long by herself. She's a great cook. I know she can get it done, but I need to help her out.
While Kent is with Randall, we're gonna put together the bread pudding, and it is the grand finale dessert. And I think with bread pudding, you're either a big fan or you don't like it at all. But if you don't like it, stick with me because this recipe is a little different. We've got some tips that are really gonna help. So I'm gonna start with sugar. Now we've got a recipe broken down for you at home, but since we've got a bigger crowd coming tonight, I am making this a little bigger. I'm gonna add some eggs, cinnamon, and nutmeg. Now here's the thing, nutmeg is great, but it can be really overpowering. So you wanna start with a little bit first, and we can always add it. We're gonna taste test it in a little bit here, because this will make or break your bread pudding. Now I'm gonna be adding some cow juice in here. And like I said, I'm gonna show you the liquid amount we're looking for, because with a lot of times with bread pudding, they get too soupy to me, and that's what I don't like. A little vanilla. You're gonna start off with your whisk. So let's just get this all incorporated. Now at this point, I'm gonna add a little more liquid. We've got some melted butter here. All right, make sure you got that nice and smooth. Now traditionally, a lot of bread puddings are made with old biscuits. You've laid them out, they're crunchy, not ours. The secret is hamburger buns. So these are gonna be softer. They're gonna give you a better texture. It's gonna be light and fluffy, so you need to give this a try. You're just gonna bite off little chunks here. Doesn't have to be a science, just get them all broken up pretty good. Then we're gonna go in, we're gonna start mashing it and get that texture that we want.
When you can have it this way with fresh bread like that that's got some air in it, hey, it is the best dessert
And
ever.
a little sweeter, on the sweeter side, but not overwhelming, so that helps too. We're just gonna go start incorporating this, kind of mashing a little bit. We want all of that moisture to soak up into those buns. Don't pulverize it. Like so many people are just get in there and like whip it up, and that's when you just get mush.
Hey, Sugar. How's it going, darling?
Good.
Hey, Mage.
So once I get it all mixed up, I like the texture, like it's smooth, not too soupy. I mean, like part of my recipe for this is I always have to have you taste it because you get to a certain point in your cooking career, you don't trust your own palate. And so you give the final say and then we're good to go.
You own your money,
Really?
Sugar? Yes, ma'am. If I had some whiskey cream sauce, you wouldn't have to cook it. I'd just eat it like it is. Let's get that poured in there. It's
Okay.
pretty close to supper time. Cowboys are gonna be showing up. Let's get it baked. It's my favorite dessert in the whole world.
And look at that, that's a perfect fit.
Yeah, it is pretty good at 16.
Okay, so we've got the steak fired up.
Yep.
You put some bread on.
Yep.
We put some rolls together. Are you gonna fire this up, Ringo?
I'll
Okay.
fire it up right now.
And I'll do dishes.
All right, Sugar.
So, you know, you've tasted it, I've tasted it. We get it in the Dutch oven, coals around the outside edge, good coals on top. And then I'm just waiting for that, like, it'll bake out a little bit, so that moisture bakes out.
It's really pretty easy, especially if you'll keep the coals on the outside of the Dutch oven as you're cooking them, you know, and pay attention to your heat. When you're having bread pudding, you gotta have a whiskey cream sauce. And folks, we got a stick of butter that's melted in here. We're gonna take us some cream, heavy cream that is. We're gonna add about, I'd say with 15 people, about that much. Now, you don't want that butter boiling when you put it in there. You want to be able, because you'll curdle that milk if it's too hot. So that butter's just warmed, and that's what we're after. We're going to put some sugar in there. We'll stir that up a little, let everything get blended, and then guess what? I'm not asking you to buy the cheap whiskey, the plastic bottle whiskey. And remember, the whiskey's going to boil out. I'd say a fourth a cup would feed about 8. We're going to put about a half a cup, which is a little more than that right there. So we're in good shape. Give it a stir. Let it come to a pretty good boil. Pull it off and let it simmer a minute. Then we'll keep it warm. Serve it over that bread pudding.
I always like to give it a little touch around. I can see how it's cooking out. We're getting really close. It's also gonna start pulling away from the sides a little bit. That's when I know it's pretty close to being done on the bottom. I'm gonna keep the top heap on, just let it get a good golden brown, and we'll be ready.
So if y'all are still on the fence, remember, that 99 cents a month gets you the entire list of all the shows they have on the Outdoor Channel. There's travel, there's outdoor adventure, outdoor lifestyle, cooking, and always hunting. And to entice y'all even more, we've teamed up with the Outdoor Channel to offer you a cast iron cowboy cooking sweepstakes. Now this is a chance for y'all to win some of our cooking products and a Yeti cast iron skillet, plus a 1-year subscription to My Outdoor TV. And we'll have all the information listed in the description. So we hope y'all enjoy the show. Be sure and leave us a comment, but don't forget to enter that sweepstakes. Me and Shan are cooking wagon wheel steaks, armadillo eggs, and bread pudding with a whiskey cream sauce here at the place where the chuck wagon was first imagined. The J.A. Ranch has been feeding cowboys and growing good beef for almost 150 years it has, and I've got some hungry cowboys headed my way. We need to check on this wagon wheel steak to see if we're getting close to being tender. Probably gonna have to refire it just a little, but you can see as we get in here, we still got a little simmer going on. I will give you a tip. If you're doing this and you're cooking in a Dutch oven, watch where you place your knee. Hot coals don't feel good. So we're gonna see what this looks like just a little, because I don't expect folks to have to rely on a knife too much. So we'll get them to cooking. Hey, we'll give them about another 15 minutes. We ought to be good to go. talk about appetizers. One of my favorites, armadillo eggs. No, we ain't going out there and picking them. You're not gonna find them in a nest. These are jalapenos, but they're different than a poplar. First, we're gonna take them jalapenos, put them out there on old Bertha where it's good and hot, and we're gonna blister that skin. What are we doing? Softening them jalapenos. Because sure, you want a little crunch in there, but I don't want them to be just fresh right off the vine. I want it to have a little flavor that Bertha's gonna bring out in that heat. So we get them over, cut us a little feed trough in them. We have mixed us up some cream cheese, cheddar cheese, some roasted garlic, and we're gonna stuff them down in there at trough, pack it good. But they're not getting wrapped with bacon. No, we've took us some ground sausage that we've laid out there and rolled out thin, wrap it around them jalapenos. Then we're gonna put them in an egg wash. Then back over in some panko breadcrumbs, make sure everything is stuck well. I've had a Dutch oven over on old Bertha, preheating to about 350 degrees with that oil in there. We're gonna fry them till they're golden brown. But you make sure you fry them, you roll them around, because that thin layer of sausage has to be done too. Armadillo egg, laid fresh this morning. I got it out of the nest, I did. You see that old sun over sort of sinking down there. The Cowboy's gonna be showing up pretty quick, so I gotta get it on the table, and I think it's ready. We're gonna get them Cowboys in here, we'll bless the food, we're gonna let them eat it. You know, as we call them Cowboys up because we're getting ready to eat, we all gather around out there in front of that old flag, and it's more than just that. We pay honor and tribute to all the servicemen and women and all the veterans that have kept that old flag a-flying over camp, no matter where we may be. We salute you all, we do. Our most gracious Heavenly Father, we come before you, Lord, very humbly.
When you see people eat the food, I mean, that's the finale. I mean, this is what you've been working so hard for. There's no better way to communicate love and appreciation and satisfaction than through food.
Me and Shan are gonna feed them the best that we can, no matter what the weather is, no matter what the conditions is. It's our job to feed Cowboy.